Welcome to datascience.show, the podcast where data science meets executive leadership. We talk with top AI and analytics thought leaders about turning data into real business impact. If you're a C-level leader or data expert shaping the future, you're in the right place.
I'm your host, Mirko Peters. We explore how data science and AI drive real business impact, straight from the leaders making it happen. Imagine your ML team just shipped a model that cut customer churn by 15%, and the board still asks why it hasn't produced revenue. That gap between prototype and predictable income is the problem we have to fix.
Listen, this episode is for leaders who need operational answers, not another accuracy chart. I'll walk you through the decisions that turn a model into a product your customers pay for, and the executive levers that make it repeatable. What do I mean by a data product?
Think of it as something someone pays for, an API, a dashboard, an embedded feature, or a licensed dataset that changes decisions and delivers measurable value.
It needs SLAs, versioning, pricing, and a sales motion. Models are ingredients. Data products are the menu item customers order. That distinction drives every choice you make next. A quick word about where I'm coming from. I've advised executives and built teams that move prototypes into production businesses. I once watched a payments team ship a risk model that cut losses by 20% and still stall. Why? Because contracts didn't include an SLA and customers couldn't commit to scale. Avoidable. That's the kind of avoidable loss this playbook stops. Now let's get practical. Number 1, own the outcome. Ask yourself this: what single decision, if improved, will move revenue or retention measurably?
If you can't map the model's output to a dollar or a KPI, you're still in prototype land. Act on that distinction. Start narrow. Segment customers and use cases tightly. Internal products, like a fraud score used by ops, need different SLAs and pricing than an external API sold to partners. Win in a single segment, prove willingness to pay, then scale horizontally. That sequence protects runway and creates defensibility. Monetization choices are decisive. You can embed, license, expose an API, or sell insights. Each path has trade-offs.
Embedding creates sticky differentiation, but longer product cycles. APIs accelerate distribution, but add latency and contract work. Licensing can be high margin if your IP and indemnities are solid.
Here's a quick pricing anchor. If a model lifts conversion by 5 percentage points on a $1 million ARR book, that's roughly $50K of value. You can structure a revenue share or a premium license targeting $20 to $40K ARR in year 1.
If you can't do value pricing immediately, start with usage-based models to learn commercial telemetry. Watch for customers crossing a $10K a month threshold. That's your signal to test a value plan.
Now, execution. Structure teams by product, not by specialty. Assign a product owner with end-to-end responsibility: product, engineering, data platform, and commercial outcomes. Number 2, instrument everything.
Prioritize APIs, observability, and SLAs. Track feature drift, data quality, latency, and business impact metrics like conversion lift or retention change. Define incident playbooks and error budgets. Customers will tolerate some errors, but they expect transparent remediation and predictable uptime. I've seen an outage trigger SLA credits that cost a vendor over $250K and kill renewal conversations. Don't let that be you.
Competitive advantage is rarely model architecture alone. It's unique data, integration into workflows, and product design. Protect those through data contracts and clear IP definitions. Involve legal early so licensing remains an option.
Go-to-market is not an afterthought. Sales needs simple playbooks that translate model outputs into business outcomes. How this reduces churn, increases conversions, or cuts costs to serve. Build case studies with real numbers.
Align incentives. Pay sales for contracted ARR from data products, not just leads. Tie engineering and product OKRs to adoption and revenue outcomes. Leadership must own governance. Set a monthly cadence that reviews product performance, compliance, and commercial risk. Make the C-suite accountable for adoption and P&L impact, not just delivery timelines. Measure success with a tight set of business metrics: incremental revenue, retention lift, decision quality improvement, and total cost to serve. Translate technical KPIs into dollars and risk-adjusted forecasts the board understands.
Looking forward, privacy by design and continuous learning models require discipline. Build data minimization, consent flows, and rollback mechanisms from day one. Continuous learning increases value and operational complexity.
Know when to sunset. If after defined go, no-go checkpoints you lack traction, defensibility, or margin profile, pull the plug. Iteration without commercial signal wastes runway. Conversely, double down fast when you see measurable lift and customer lock-in. 2 immediate moves you can make this week. 1. Require a documented business hypothesis and a measurable KPI for any model that seeks scale. Include willingness to pay validation. 2. Adopt a minimal contract template covering IP, data use, SLAs, and termination that product teams must use before any pilot expands.
Final reflection. Productizing data is less about inventing new algorithms and more about imposing commercial, operational, and legal discipline on the good work your teams already do. Get those 3 right, and you turn experiments into predictable lines of business.
That's the difference between models and value. If you found this episode valuable, subscribe and share it with your network. And let's connect on LinkedIn. I'm Mirko Peters. We'll be back with more conversations on how data science and AI create real business impact. Until next time.
Thanks for listening to datascience.show. If you found value in this episode, subscribe, share it with your network, and join us next time as we explore how data science drives smarter decisions and better business outcomes.